Become a master goal setter. Goal setting is a life-changing skill, so let's talk about becoming a master goal setter yourself. Your goals and plans determine how often you do the right things at the right time and right place, and it takes the guts to follow through on your goals. So let's talk about why goal setting is so powerful and important. I want you to take out a piece of paper and write down your short-term goals. 1-year goals, medium-term goals, which are 3 to 5 year goals, and 5 and 10-year goals, and lifetime goals as well. In this exercise, dream big. Write it on a piece of paper and reference those goals and track them. Now, psychology professor Dr. Gail Matthews at the Dominican University in California conducted a huge study on goal setting with nearly 270 participants. The results? You are 42% more likely to achieve your goals if you write them down. Writing your goals down not only forces you to get clear on exactly what it is that you want to accomplish, but doing so plays a part in motivating you to complete the tasks necessary for your success. The process of putting your goals on paper will force you to strategize, to ask questions about your current progress, and to brainstorm your plan of attack. After all, a goal without a plan is just a dream. Some of the biggest entrepreneurial successes are very specific in the way in which they write their goals down. Grant Cardone, best-selling author of The 10X Rule and self-made millionaire, has a special trick. He writes his own goals down twice a day, once in the morning and then once again at night. He explains, I want to wake up to it, I want to go to sleep to it, and I want to dream with it. I want to write down my goals before I go to sleep at night because they are so important to me and they are valuable to me and I get to wake up to them again tomorrow. These concepts draw a bit from the book Think and Grow Rich, but when you write out your own goals, they begin the process of transmuting them from thoughts into reality, and when you keep them consistently at the forefront of your mind, it makes it happen. And so take action on them. You will increase your chances of success. And so let's put goal setting into practice. Goals are intended to focus attention and resources on what is most important so that you can be successful in achieving your priorities. SMART goals are goals for your day-to-day job, and you can set SMART goals for all aspects of your job responsibilities. What does SMART actually stand for? The S stands for specific. What will be accomplished? What actions will you take? M stands for measurable. What data will measure the goal? How much? How well? A stands for achievable. Is the goal doable? Do you have the necessary skills and resources? R stands for relevant. How does the goal align with broader goals set by the organization or by yourself? Why is the result important? And T stands for time bound. What is the time frame for accomplishing the goal? So what area should you set SMART goals? Well, there's a lot of different ways. In sales, you could set personal goals around your financial well-being. For example, I want to be making over 6 figures per year and $10K per month within my first 2 years of tech sales. Within the role itself, you could say, I will send 20 emails a day every day and strive to get 5 qualified appointments a week for my account executive or for myself. Remember, you are being paid to deliver outcomes, so you will need to get very clear on the KPIs that are expected of you and set goals around those expected outcomes. Another way to measure is the number of meetings you set per week or month, or the number of opportunities and pipeline size generated per month or on a quarterly basis. Here's an actual real-world example of activity and quota KPIs of a sales rep at a late-stage startup software company. Activity metrics, 60 dials a day and 125 people found and put into the sequence, into the pipeline, into the CRM. Quota metrics, 8 meetings in a month, and 6 of those meetings turn into qualified opportunities. For them, a demo is considered a qualified and good op that they can pass up to the account executive. You can also set goals for your learning and development to help get promoted. For example, spending 1 hour a day on continuously reading articles, studying sales methodologies, strategies, learning your company's product and pitch, and boosting your technical knowledge. Context is very important in sales. As we've mentioned before, spend time collecting context around the industry and emerging trends and challenges and opportunities in your market. What are your competitors up to? What do your customers care about? What case studies can you show on how you've helped similar customers to be better equipped to be effective? You get the point. Just keep sharpening your saw and make that a priority early on. So it could be helpful to set goals around learning. Also set goals around building relationships with your senior teammates, your current teammates, and your manager, because political capital is everything and can help you get promoted. Even though you can't really measure it up front, it has a huge impact on your promotion path and career trajectory. You can set goals to go above and beyond to help improve your team's results, processes, and culture, but be wary of only doing this and focusing on this only if you're already exceeding your expectations in your current role. An example of going above and beyond is becoming a thought leader for a specific topic on your team. Maybe it's how to write amazing emails and get Greenfield executives to take meetings, or learning about specific sales campaigns or technologies, and disseminating that information to teach back to your teammates. It's important to write out your daily goals. That way you have a focus for the week and the day so you can stay focused. As you complete them, feel free to cross them off. I know for me, it feels great whenever I click that button saying I completed a task. As you do this, feel free to gamify the process, achieving your goals to allow yourself to feel the satisfaction of really crossing it off the checklist. We'll talk about this a little more, but time management and prioritization are key. Time is your most precious asset, so use it wisely. Time block important tasks in your calendar. If you want something done, schedule it and take it seriously. Anything that isn't in the calendar is just a good idea. As you do this, keep prioritizing tasks that move the needle towards your KPIs. This means prioritizing everything related to prospecting, setting and running customer meetings, and anything that's revenue generating. Additionally, during your revenue generating activities, like your prospecting time, you should prioritize spending more time with the accounts that have a higher likely potential to spend with your company than smaller fish that won't make as big of an impact. Prioritization by definition means that one thing is more important than the other. If you give the same amount of time to two things, you're simply doing multiple things at once and you can't say no and you're not prioritizing. Prioritizing requires you to say no to more to free up time so you can get done what needs to be done to achieve your goals. This may require you to schedule more time on your calendar to focus on executing your highest value tasks while you have an allocated time set aside for it. Saying no more might feel uncomfortable, but it's another example where you can put in the common denominator of success and make a habit of doing what is uncomfortable, but what is necessary and what mediocre reps will not do. Use the Eisenhower Matrix to prioritize and maximize productivity. The Eisenhower Matrix is a 2x2 grid chart which helps you categorize and prioritize tasks based on how important they are and how urgent they need to be done. Sometimes the most important things are the least urgent, and the most urgent things are not actually important and take time away from actually making a meaningful difference towards your goals. Prospecting doesn't have to be urgent, but it's very important, so it should be prioritized. It is something that will influence your metrics and results and lay the groundwork for your future. It's how you make good luck for yourself in sales. For those things that seem urgent but aren't important, ask yourself, is this something I have to do now, or can I schedule it for later or delegate it? Or is this something I can completely not do because it's just not important? We're human beings and we're not machines, and it's often helpful to do short bursts of focused work. And you can try something called the Pomodoros. This was shared with me by a 7-figure tech sales earner at a large SaaS company. He would set a timer for 25-minute intervals, do work, then take a break. He would set the timer again for another 25 minutes, then take a break. You can push for more if you want. Some do 45, that's what I prefer. And in an ideal world, you rinse and repeat, and the intervals add up and you get nice breaks in between. Managing transitions and emotional states is actually really important in tech sales. You do a lot of context switching from one meeting or task to another meeting, and it is easy to carry a mental and emotional state from one situation to another, and sometimes that can be a bad thing. Imagine if you get rejected on a cold call and fall into an emotional spiral fueled by negative self-talk and carry that negative and mental emotional state into a meeting with your manager or a customer call, or you get discouraged and stop making cold calls altogether for the time you said you would. You need a way to manage that negative mental state, reset, and get back to a good state as quickly as possible so you can tackle the next challenge. In the book High Performance Habits by Brendon Burchard, he mentions the habit of managing transitions, and he encourages us to use the mantra, release tension and set intention. When you get thrown off, label how you feel with words. Simply, I feel upset. I feel embarrassed. Release tension, then accept those feelings. Release tension with deep inhales and exhales. Then set your intention of how you want to show up in the next interaction. Perhaps that is calm, content, confident, positive, or focused. Develop the skill of reverse engineering your goals into manageable daily behaviors. Failing to plan is planning to fail. And when it comes to goal setting, you can get very granular about how you set your goals to avoid leaving success up to chance. You have to ask yourself, how do I generate XYZ pipeline this quarter? You have to consider factors like, what is my average opportunity size? How many opportunities do I need to generate at that average size to reach my pipeline goal? How many meetings does it take to generate a new opportunity? How many meetings do I need to set and an X conversion rate on opportunities to generate enough pipeline? And how many calls do I need to take typically, or emails do I need to send to generate that many meetings based on a typical call or email conversion rate. You can bring it all together and say, this is my pipeline target. And based on the average deal size and opportunity size, I need X opportunities to hit my target. I know we're talking in theory without concrete numbers, but hopefully it's helpful and paints a picture of what you need to do.